Chapter 4, Reality is Boring. My parents let me stay up late on Monday to watch The Real Teachers of Elementary School. It was cool to see all of us on TV, even if I had to look at Andrea's big face hogging the screen the whole time. The first thing that happened on the Tuesday morning was that Ms. Beard rushed into school with her megaphone and told us we had to take a meeting. Have an assembly. I had to sit next to Little Miss Perfect again. I have some good news and some bad news, said Ms. Beard. The good news is that 10 million people tuned in to see The Real Teachers of Elementary School last night. Wow, we all said. What's the bad news? Asked Mr. Klutz. The bad news is that 9 million of them turned the show off after 5 minutes, she said. What? Why? We all asked. Because it was boring, that's why, said Ms. Beard. Nobody wants to watch polite, well-behaved kids being taught by excellent teachers. They can see that at their own school. I thought the show was supposed to be real, said Mrs. Japy. Isn't that why they call it a reality show? Let me tell you a little secret. Reality is boring. People don't want to watch reality. They want to be amazed. You've got to show them something they've never seen before. We've got to blow their minds. I thought you told us to act normal, said Mr. Granite. Look, baby. Normal is boring. If you folks can't spice things up, we're just going to be canceled. Canceled? Asked Mr. Klutz. Does that mean we won't get the money you promised? That's right, Chicky Baby. Stop calling me Chicky Baby, said Mr. Klutz. If the show is canceled, there goes the music in our programs again, said Miss Hannah. There goes the water fountains, said Miss Patty. And there goes the toilet paper, said Miss Lazar. Hey, lighten up, said Miss Beard. I know we can make The Real Teachers of Elementary School into a hit. I have a plan. Trust me, show business is in my blood. What's the plan? We need to save the show, said Mr. Klutz. People like winners and losers, she said. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to divide a group of teachers into 2 teams. One team will wear hats with antlers on them. They will be called the Musketeers. The other team will wear these hot dog hats, and they will be the hot dog heads. Mr. Beard pulled a bunch of hats out of her bag. I'm not wearing a silly hat, said Mr. Loring, our music teacher. Then you can't be on the show, said Miss Beard. Where's my silly hat? Asked Mr. Loring. Okay, continued Miss Beard. When I call your name, come up on the stage. The Musketeers are Miss Leakey, Miss Hannah, Mr. Loring, Mr. Mackey, Miss Holly, and Mrs. Yonkers. Come on down. We all cheered as the Musketeers ran up on the stage and high-fived each other. The hot dog heads are Mrs. Rupee, Miss Small, Mr. Docker, Mr. Granite, Ms. Coco, and Ms. Laney. You guys come on down. The hot dog heads fist bumped each other as they ran up on the stage. They all put on their silly hats, and the cameraman filmed everything. The Musketeers stink, said Miss Laney. Oh, the hot dog heads suck eggs, shouted Miss Holly. I'm glad to see you teachers are getting into the spirit of the competition, said Miss Beard. It's not nice to call people names, said Andrea. They're not setting a very good example for children. Could you possibly be any more boring? I asked her. Miss Beard clapped her hands to get everyone's attention. Over the next few days, she said, the Musketeers and the hot dog heads will compete in a series of events. A panel of judges will help decide who is the winner, and people at home will be able to vote too. And that's when Little Miss Perfect got up to ask a question. Excuse me, but what does this have to do with education? Shouldn't we be learning things in school? Boo! Sit down! Kids yelled. Everybody was hooting and booing at Andrea, even some of the teachers. So nana boo-boo on her. It was the greatest moment of my life. Don't worry, said Miss Beard. You're going to be learning plenty. And here's the best part. One by one, the teachers will be eliminated until we're left with just one winner. The teacher will get the grand prize, a fabulous, all-expense-paid trip to anywhere in the world and a year's supply of pork sausage. I love pork sausage, said Mrs. Lakey. That reminds me, said Miss Beard. Folks, do you like pork sausages? Well, I sure do. And when I want a pork sausage, I reach for Porky's pork sausages. They're the best pork sausages in the world, made with the finest pork and no artificial ingredients. So when you want a pork sausage, reach for Porky's today. Okay, let the games begin. All right, guys, tomorrow, Chapter 5, Elementary Idol. See you then. Bye.